Mod Squad restoration that's coming in pretty soon. We're going to do for Chris's car. He has all done 1970s. Fortunately, it's not here, so I can't show you it yet. But he's got the flared fenders and the US mags, and he's got the side scoops, which I'm going to talk about for one of the watchers, and he's got the hood with the divots in it, the round sections that are pushed in, fender flares, all fiberglass, and we're going to be doing a full custom paint job on that. With but it's this is about a year out, guys, so don't expect that I'm going to jump on that right away. Full custom paint job with graphics and everything else, like I used to do back in the 80s. So that's coming up, but it's going to be a while. But I'm going to talk to you guys real quick about one of the guys has a 70s bug, same type of one like this one, and that was kind of the big thing in the 70s. People would put these scoops in the sides, and he was wondering if he could make them functional, and I'm going to show you how that you normally would do that. But a couple of things I want to address on his car. He has the little vent right here, and typically water would get in that vent, and it would rust inside this panel, and so also up in here in this area it would rust because there's behind inside there's insulation, and the insulation would soaked with water from that vent typically, and it would cause rust in this area. So his car just so happens to have rust from here down to about right here. So let me talk to you real quick about the two things: installing the scoops and also putting in a metal piece here. This line is actually pretty difficult to make. I can do it no problem. When you do that, you're going to use tape and stuff like that to make sure where you're at and stuff like that. You guys will. I actually made one on the one of the bugs, and the compound's still on there. And you just still need to repolish this whole car. It's not even really done. But the rust that's down here, of course, isn't going to get covered up by the hole. Plus, I would still remove it and treat this area. So, first of all, for the guy who is doing this, you're going to need to put in a piece of sheet metal here. So normally what I would do if I was going to make this panel, you can buy some of the sheet metal already pre-made, but it's very expensive. So normally what I would do is I would make a piece from here to here, make a piece like that, and then I would make a flatter piece for here. And what I would do is I'd open the whole thing up, okay? Open it up like this, up to about right here, cut it, open it up to there. Take the fender off, okay? Then I would go inside, pull all the insulation and everything out, and then go ahead and treat everything you can. Reach in there with your spray can, paint everything you can with that rust reformer, or even the rust converter, whatever you're using. Make sure you treat everything inside, and then paint everything inside. Even with the spray can, it just slows the rust down so much that it'll probably be years and years before you'd ever have to deal with it again. But it still might have some way up in here that you can't get to. Okay, so I would make two panels. Actually, I would make this one first. I would make a piece of sheet metal because it's flatter, and I would make a piece of sheet metal. Maybe it hung a little bit below this line, okay, and form this in, spot weld it in place, and then I would make another piece of sheet metal to go over here with that arc in it, and I would butt it up to this line, and then I would spot weld. I would spot weld it in place, and then I would actually weld it all the way across into the other one, and then grind this line into it, and then I would fill it from there. So that's how I would repair the rust. If you're installing the scoops on your car and it doesn't have rust, and you want it to be functional, this is the other thing. is what you do is, back in the old days, we pie cut. You put a shape about like this right here, pull all the insulation out, and then the air will actually run through into the engine compartment. I'll show you right where. It actually runs right through here, and there's usually a little piece of sheet metal that you have to open up and bend back right there, and then the air can come in, and it'll be a functional scoop for your engine. Makes it run a lot cooler. That was the big thing in the 70s. Guys did. It's not really my thing, but if you're going to do it, that's how you do it. All right. So that's the side scoops, how to DIY. All right. Talk to you later.